That is right. It is 3 a.m. and I'm about to hit the road. I've got about a 3-hour drive. I'm heading over to Arkansas to hit the Spring River. We're going to see how many different species of fish we can catch. I'm meeting my cousin up there. He just moved up there. And we're going to take his boat out on the river and hopefully catch a good amount of fish for you guys today. So stay with me. Let's see how this goes. All right, well, good morning, guys. You probably don't recognize where we're at if you're watching this and you're sober. The last handful of times I was here, you were on a float trip, we were on a float trip, and mostly everybody here is drunk. I would imagine these are probably the drunkest fish in the state of Arkansas during the summer anyways. We're at Spring River. This is my cousin Connor. He is starting a guide service out here, and so we're going to give it a test run today to figure out what all we can catch. We're not going to particularly focus on any one fish, probably a little bit towards smallies, but they've got so many different fish in here, we're going to see how many of we can catch. So
this one just rose right beside the boat. I almost
was
hit
it?
my oar. Yeah.
Trout?
Yeah.
Well, there's trout right here. Let's get to it. I think I'm gonna put on one of those Kitex and just to see if that white, wow, that was a bigger fish. It was a trout, jumped smooth out of the water. I about made it to him too. Have I got him or I got grass? I got him. I got a something.
Yeah. That's a chub.
Yeah, it is too, man. That's bait. I think that's what happened before. I was like, I think I foul hooked something. You don't think he actually bit this thing?
Yeah, that's weird stuff like that. I'd catch those a lot, but I don't know about that big old thing.
I think that's what I did before. Ooh.
There's one species.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a chub. I don't know what it. You call that a creek chub? If that's a creek chub, that's a big creek
I
chub.
think that's what they call them, but I think they might be something big. Like,
It looks like a little sucker.
yeah,
I should have put it on the camera better. Seeing as I wasn't counting that as a species, but technically it was.
They got in the boat. One of those bigger crawfish. Let's see how that is. It's called a smallmouth coming up. And these crawfish.
Yeah.
The wreck has these rocks. The left side's kind of dead, like not with the current. And I missed like a 3-pound bass.
Oh, so you have, look, I got him right there. Largemouth. Second species on the board. Look how fat his belly is.
They stay like that. They all look pregnant.
Well,
So much food in here.
let go, buddy. These hooks are
I got it.
fiercely sharp. And almost, I mean, his mouth is so tiny.
Spotted bass, not large.
Well, I would say spotted bass, but his colors don't make sense like that. His colors on his body look more like a largemouth, but his face looks like a spotted.
Hybrid.
No, he probably isn't. I don't know. I can't tell. So my camera did something crazy right here. I have no idea what it was doing, but the audio cut off and it recorded it in like rapid speed. But I hated not to put this in there because this was the biggest trout of the day. And Connor caught it on a crawfish fly that he tied. He didn't fish a whole lot while we were there, but as soon as he picked his pole up, he landed this really nice rainbow. I mean, it was a beast of a fish. The video doesn't even do it justice from seeing it in person. It was a pretty big fish, but my GoPro batteries were acting up when it was early. I don't know if they were just too cold or what. I had a couple of them die on me really early. But this was a really good fish. And I missed a really good jump where he jumped smooth out of the water right before I got the camera back running. But we did get him in the boat, so that's a win. It's recording now, but it started doing something funny. And it said it only went like 12 seconds.
I ain't putting it. I'm not letting him go yet. tighten up. I got you.
I mean, it's showing that we're good and it's recording, so.
I'll pull him up for a picture shot then.
Yeah, man. That is a beast of a rainbow. Whoa. Nice. That was an awesome fish. Your hands are about to be frozen.
Yep. I should have went ahead and taken a picture on top of that.
Well, I could take a still off of this later,
Yeah, I
too.
figured you could.
There he is, got him. Good fish. Or I'm fighting current, so I don't know.
Snagged in the belly and
It's just in current. I can't tell what it is. It's not that big. It's a something.
Are you recording?
I am for the moment, but yeah, it's a rainbow, I think. Yeah, it's a rainbow. Oop. Sorry, buddy. Well, I got gloves on, so. Pretty fish. On the jerkbait. We'll follow jerkbait. That was way down there. In the middle, too. Not up against the deeper side. Where?
Over towards the corner.
I threw over there about, I don't know, between the jig and this jerkbait, I've thrown over there 7 times, 6, 7 times. There he is. Oh, wow. That fish hit hard. Look how crazy it is. Is it a rainbow or a brown? That's a brown. No, that's a rainbow. I thought he was a brown for a second just because of the spots. Huh?
Yeah, this is a colorful rainbow.
I might need some
If
pliers.
down right here, you can see if he's a cut bow. Still have flashes underneath the shield.
I need pliers. I don't want to hurt this fish. They got it in a bad spot. Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that was much easier. I don't want to handle him too much. But another rainbow. I'm telling you, man, I was out here closer to the center. And dude, I'm working it. I started working it real fast, just doom, 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 all the way back. I started getting hits.
At the other access, they like it like that, like real fast across the surface.
That's how I caught both of those. Like I'm throwing on the right side and the current's pulling it to the middle, and I'm just doing this. And just fast working. What's that? What are you saying?
Like whenever you get to the end, like you're close to the boat, don't just like pick it up to recast it.
Oh yeah.
Pull it. Oh shit, pull it up slow so it doesn't pull it up.
Don't hook me, dude. I don't have pliers, and you got the whole. Oh look. Oh, that's yeah. Anyways, well, my camera was off. Battery was dead, but I did catch a trout. This is a male, obviously. He is splooging on everything. I got him. It's a little bitty guy. Oops. In addition to the 30-degree temperatures we dealt with all day, the wind was also blowing fiercely out of the north. So anytime we hit a stretch of the river that faced north and south, the wind was really distorting the sound through my GoPro. So I'm going to dub over this so that it's not quite so annoying. I assumed this was a pickerel. I'm not as familiar with these species of fish, but when I looked it up when I got home, it says tiger muskie is what is in the Spring River, and I don't know the difference between the two. Maybe if some of you guys know, I just assumed this was a pickerel, but they're saying tiger muskie. So if you know the difference, let me know down in the comment section, and I'd really like to know what that is. So what is that? No browns, but we got several rainbows, largemouth, pickerel, and the chub.
Yeah, I was like, I know there's one more, but I can't remember what.
All right, so that's 4. You got to catch a brown. You need to get your fly out, catch a brown, and then we'll be. I haven't even seen a brown. Like if I was coming here and was targeting smallmouth, I would have a box of just a ton of small crankbaits. Speaking of which, this is the smallmouth section.
Apparently there was no confidence in that bait because it didn't last long.
Well, I do, but open up box. Rattle trap or this?
I'd go with that crawdad color.
I got tons of them. But this one's a shallow runner. I forgot I had a few of these in there.
Yep. So there's a tree underwater up there. Probably see.
Yep.
There's another one. Right. There's another one right.
Got another one right there. Good fish. Rainbow. That's a rainbow. Bright color rainbow.
That's the tree I was looking for.
Or is that a brown?
That's a
that is a
smallmouth.
smallmouth.
Told you.
Dang, I guess I saw that red bait or something.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I saw him, I was like, that's smallmouth.
I was, hell, I don't know. I caught a fish. How about that?
Hell yeah.
So we got a smallmouth. You got the gold flakes in there. That's a weird pattern. Our patterns look a little different up. And he's got a parasite coming out of his tail. But that's another one for the day. We did get a smallmouth.
And now all we lack is a brown trout and a walleye. Which I think brown trout will hit that thing too. Like, I think anything in here is going to hit that little crawfish.
Well, I mean, I just had that rainbow hit it.
So every time we come by here, we fish down this tree. Yet to see a fish come off that tree.
Oh, well, let me.
But we've never took Whenever they were fishing this stuff, it's very dedicated fly fishing. Very dedicated not bait fishing.
There he is. Oh, wow, that bit hard, dude.
That's good.
I don't know what he is, but he bit hard. It looks like it's either a brown or a smallie.
Looks like a big small.
Oh, it's a good smallmouth. I got it.
Okay.
I'll say good. Yeah, I think
see
so.
a red light on the front blinking.
Yeah, it's a good one for what we've been doing today. I'd say it's a good one. Definitely not a big smallie by any standards, but it's pretty.
What they tell me here, they only grow an inch a year. And they take forever to get big, like past that.
I mean, that's a 1 pounder. It's pretty.
Dang.
Let me catch another one off of that tree.
That's why I'm trying to stop on this tree. Yeah, I've got some.
The big ones, you almost got to have a largemouth or like a big catfish or something.
2 or 3 pound largemouth that can eat it. I always had trouble hooking with them because of that big breath.
Well, if it's a big largemouth and you, oh wow, ooh yeah, another good smallmouth. Hope my drag is that good. He's not a giant, but he feels like he's pulling like a champ. Yeah.
No, it's good. We're recording still.
Yeah, it's recording. It's just.
Yeah. Well, it's warmed up now, so maybe that's not dying.
Yeah, maybe the temperatures aren't killing the battery.
You called that, didn't you? Run this bait right down this rock ledge.
Yep.
Pull a smallmouth. That's what, 3 smallmouth? 4.
It's at least 3. That's a pretty one. Let me put my pole down where I can.
I think you're gonna have a video.
He's got.
Has he got parasites too?
No. Look at the black along his fins. Here, is that not cool? Probably hard to see on the camera, but he's got a lot of black.
Man, I took a picture.
It makes it cool, the accent.
I caught a brown the other day that had like the red of your crankbait where that black was on that smallmouth. Like his whole tail fin was lined top and bottom. Hey, there's your crawfish crankbait in that tree.
Yep, that's a little rebel.
Yeah, little one. Same color as one you.
I just figured if there's a catfish or something, this is probably where he's going to be. They like to get out of that current, but be right next to it. Yeah, like if we were going to catch a catfish today, this would be the spot to do it. Or a walleye, or whatever. Largemouth, spotted. No. You ain't gonna do no good. Just sit tight. I'm not gonna be able to reach it. I got a fish. That's a bass. Get the net. I was hung, but I had a fish the whole time. That looks like a spotted bass. If this is a spotted bass, this is a whole nother species. It looks like a spot. Is it a spot or a largemouth? Might be a largemouth.
I don't know, but you hooked him good.
I think it's just a largemouth, but he's got a, I can't tell. When you catch them up in Heber, the spotted bass are a lot wider. It's easier to tell them apart. I can't tell. It looks like a largemouth to me. So, got a pretty good sized largemouth. So that's 2 largemouth. How many smallmouth? 3, 4?
3 or 4.
That's pretty good. That's a decent fish there too.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that again. Got him. I don't know what I got. It feels like a trout. No, it's a bluegill. Oh, it's a sunfish.
Yeah, that's a long ear.
That's a sun perch. Look at that little brightly colored.
Another species.
That is a crazy looking fish. That looks like something you want to put in your aquarium. Let me get the pliers. Pretty little sunfish. There he is. Already getting it. Got him. I don't know what I got. I got another sun perch. Look how pretty. It's hard to get the hook out with these big old gloves on. Those are really pretty fish though, are they not? All the bright colors. All right guys, I am back at home around the pond. Yesterday was Saturday, February 12th. It was brutally cold. It was, I think, the coldest part of the morning was around 8 a.m. and it was 30 degrees. It was hard to keep the ice from, we had to keep dipping our poles into the water to knock the ice off. Our hands were frozen. Friday, the day before, it was I think 70 degrees here, so the temperature change from Friday to Saturday was dramatic. So it made the fishing, I would say, a little bit tougher than what it should have been, but we still caught an amazing amount of fish. I originally misspoke in my intro. Connor is not starting a guide service. He has joined a guide service, and he is starting as an apprentice. He has his own boat, he has his own gear, all of that stuff, but he is working through another guide service. The guide service, his contact information, everything will be in the description below. If you want to reach out, if you want to go fish the Spring River, I would highly recommend giving him a call. A lot of lakes I'm probably not going to call a guide service on, because I'm going to take my own boat and I'm going to do my own thing. But I already know what I'm doing. On the Spring River, the reason why you would want to use a guide there instead of you trying to go by yourself is because if you've ever been to the Spring River, it's not like whitewater rafting, but it's similar. It's got a lot of really shallow areas. You cannot take a boat like mine. You have to have like a trout boat style boat to get through the rocks and to maneuver through the rapids. He's got a specialty type of boat. I have no idea what kind of boat that is. He'd have to tell you. I would just botch it all up. But it's a solid frame boat, but it's air up too, so it's weird. I don't know anything about them. But we went through spots that were like 4 inches of water, 5 inches of water, and the boat just sailed right through it with us and all of our gear and everything. So, but the good thing about having a guide on the Spring River is the purpose of me going wasn't so that he could guide me. I thought I was going fishing with my cousin, but he was trying to practice for his service. But he had to work the boat the entire time. Like, he was working the boat, trying to keep it steady and keep it in the zone where the fish are biting, or where he thought that the fish would be. And then that allowed me to just fish the whole time. So if not, you're going to be, if you're there by yourself and you've rented a boat, or you've bought a boat for this purpose, or you got a kayak, you're going to spend more time trying to position the boat and try to get it situated than you would be if you were, taking this service, or you could just fish the entire time. So I lucked out, and he wanted to do that. And so, hey, I got basically a free fishing trip out of the deal. But we did catch a whole lot of fish. He did a phenomenal job keeping the boat where I needed to be able to fish it right. They have the ability to cater to everybody, he and the guide service that he works with. If you're a novice fisherman, you have no idea what you're doing, you don't have any gear, you want to take your kids, whatever. His boat is a 2-seater, so I don't know about big groups. They'd probably have to take multiple boats, but I'm sure they have the ability to do that. I would use them as somebody that already knows what they're doing, just so that he can run the boat and I'm free to do what I want, right? So that's my thing. So from beginners to professionals, this is an excellent service, so that you don't have to go out and buy this crazy little boat that navigates that waterway. But anyways, I'll add in his contact information in the video description. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back at you in the next week or so.